Okay, we're going to continue on in the Apocrypha. This is the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, verse 31. For it is not the power of the gods men swear by, but the penalty of those who sin, that always pursues the transgression of the unrighteous. But you, our God, are kind and true. You are long-suffering, governing everything in mercy. For even if we sin, we are yours, and we know your might. But we will not sin, for we know that we are accounted yours. For to know you is perfect uprightness, and to recognize your might is the root of immorality. For no artful device of men has led us astray, nor the fruitless neighbor of scene painters, a figure smeared with varied colors, the appearance of which leads to a desire in fools, and they long for the lifeless form of a dead image. Lovers of evil and deserving of such hopes are those who make them, and those who feel desire for them, and those who worship them. For a potter, molding the soft earth, laboriously shapes each object for our use. Why, from the same clay he forms dishes to serve clean purposes, and those of the opposite kind, all alike. But of what use shall be made of either? The potter is the judge, and with this misdirected toil he shapes a futile God out of the same clay, and having shortly before sprung from the earth, and a little goes to that form which he has taken, when he is called upon to return the soul that was lent him. But he is concerned, not because he will grow tired, nor because his life is short, but he competes with gold and silversmiths, and copies those who mold brass, and thinks it is a glory that he can form counterfeits. His heart is ashes, and his hope cheaper than dirt, and his life more worthless than clay. For he has not recognized the one who formed him, and inspired him with an active soul, and breathed into him the breath of life. But they consider our existence play, a life, a lucrative fare. For they say one must make money any way one can, even by evil. For this man knows better than all others that he sins, producing from earthly material fragile dishes and carved images. But most foolish and more wretched than a baby's soul are all those enemies of your people who oppresses them. For they consider all the idols of the heathen gods, which can neither use eyes to see with, nor noses to inhale air, nor ears to hear with, nor fingers on their hands to feel with, and their feet are of no use to walk on. For a man made them, and one whose own spirit is barred formed them. For no man can form a God like him. For mortal as he, what he makes with his lawless hands is dead. For he is better than the things he worships. For of the two he has life, but they never had it. Why, they worship even the most hateful animals. For by comparison, they are worse than the other animals in their lack of intelligence. Nor are they in their appearance as animals so beautiful as to be desired. But they have escaped both the praise of God and his blessing. Therefore they were punished as they deserved by similar animals, and tormented with a multitude of vermin. And instead of this punishment, you benefited your people. And to satisfy the desire of their appetite, you prepared something with a strange taste. Quails for food, so that others, when they desired food, because of the hideousness of the things sent among them, should lose even the smallest appetite. While they, after being in want for a little while, should partake of something with a strange taste. For it is necessary that an unescapable want should come upon those others for their tyrannical behavior. But these should only be shown how their enemies were tormented. For when the terrible fury of wild animals came upon them, and they were perishing by the bites of wriggling snakes, your wrath did not continue to the uttermost. But they were harassed for a little while to abolish them. For they had a token of preservation to remind them of the commandment of your law. For the one who turned toward it was saved not because of what he saw, but because of you, who are the preserver of all. And by this you persuaded our enemies that you are the one who saves from every evil. For they were killed by the bites of locusts and flies, and no cure was found for their life. For they deserve to be punished by such means. But not even the teeth of venomous serpents could overcome your sons. For your mercy came to help them and heal them. For it was to remind them of your oracles that they were stung, and they were quickly delivered, to keep them from falling into deep forgetfulness and becoming sundered from your kindness. For it was no plan or plaster that cursed them, but your word, Lord, that heals all men. For you have power over life and death, and you take men down to the gates of Hades and bring them up again. A man will kill in his wickedness, but the spirit, once it is gone out, he cannot bring back, nor can he release the imprisoned soul. But it is impossible to escape your hand. For ungodly men, refusing to know you, were flogged with the strength of your arm, pursued by unusual rains and hailstorms and relentless showers, and utterly consumed by fire. For strange as a fall on the water which quenches everything, the fire had the greater effect. For the universe is the champion of the upright. For now the flame was quieted, so that it should not burn up the animals sent against the ungodly, but that they, when they saw it, might recognize that they were pursued by the judgment of God. And again, it blazed up in the midst of the water with more than fiery power to destroy the products of the unrighteous land. Instead of these, you gave your people angels' food and entirely supplied them with bread from heaven, ready to eat, strong in all enjoyment and suited to every taste. For your support manifested your sweetness towards your children, and the bread, responding to the desire of the man that took it, was changed to what each one desired. But snow and ice endured fire without melting, so that they should know that fire was destroying the crops of their enemies. Blazing in the hail and flashing in the rain. And that this again, in order that upright men might be fed, had forgotten its power. For creation, serving you who made it, strains against the unrighteous to punish them, but relaxes on behalf of those who trust in you, to benefit them. Therefore, even then, assuming all forms, it served your all-sustaining bounty in response to the desire of those who were in need, so that your sons, whom you have loved, Lord, might learn that it is not the production of crops that supports man, but that it is your word that preserves those who believe in you. And what the